Hi guys, this is Crafty Cat. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. We are here with a brand new Amazon unboxing, unbagging, and I believe they sent every single thing in the same envelope this time, so we'll see if that's true, because I ordered two things and I want to do two separate unboxings. But yeah, they did. So anyway, I'm going to take the smaller thing out first. Alright, so hang on, because this is just an unboxing. So you guys, this is a set of Pentel Arts Oil Pastels. There are 50 sticks. Alright, and these are oil pastels. These are cheap oil pastels. These cost like less than $10 on Amazon for a set of 50. Now, I already have a lot of oil pastels, and the reason I bought these is because I am taking a class called Intro to Oil Pastels, I think. I forgot the name of the class already. Oil Pastels Made Easy, and it is by Lindsay Lyric, who is the Frugal Crafter. Okay, so I signed up for one of her classes because she was having a 40% off sale because it was a new class. And I'm very excited because I like Lindsay, and this way I can support her. I've followed so many of her tutorials already. So this time I am paying for an actual class. And this was one of the sets that she recommends. I probably could have gotten away with using what I already have, but because this was only less than $10, I thought I'm going to get it so I can follow it along and I can know what she considers hard pastel, because I think these are what she considered more harder pastels for oils. So anyway, these were right now they're $10.37 on Amazon.ca, and that's exactly what I paid for them. So $10.37 Canadian, which I think is an amazing price, right? For 50 colors, and it shows you all 50 colors here at the back. So let's take a look at them. Since this is an unboxing, I'm just going to grab my scissors so we can poke a hole right here and get the plastic off. So yeah, now I did not order these when I first started buying oil pastels last year because a lot of the people said they have a bad smell, and I'm very smells really bother me. So if these have too bad of a smell, I will not be using them. I'll just use what I already have. But if they don't have a bad smell, then I will use them. Like, and even if they have a bad smell, if it doesn't give me a headache or if it doesn't trigger my asthma, I'll still use them. But anyway, let's see what we have here. So they're small. They're the size of just like a regular crayon from Crayola or something. And yeah, I can smell it right away. They have a smell almost like a gas station smell. So it comes with this little covering. So you can see they're not as nicely packaged as even the cheap Temu Marie's Masters brand from Temu are packaged more nice than this. But this is fine, but they do stink. It reminds me of being at a dock. You know, when you go to a dock and boats are gassing up, that's not like a gas station gas, but like a marine boat gas station smell. It smells exactly like that. Or like if you walk into Canadian Tire, if you're Canadian, you know what I mean. When you walk into Canadian Tire and you smell those tires, it kind of smells like that. Yeah, it kind of smells like tires or gas or something like that. But it's like walking into a mechanic. Yes. All right. So imagine walking into a mechanic where they're working on cars. It's got that kind of a smell, like a garage. It has very much a garage smell. Now, whether that smell will dissipate over time if I leave it open in an aired out room, I don't know. I've got my window open right now, but it's only open about 3 inches. For me to work with these, I would have to be either outside or in a room with all the windows and doors open. They stink. But hopefully they will get better. And I know this is just an unboxing, but I have this cheap craft paper block that I've been testing out different stuff. I really like it. It's just from Dollarama. So, we're not going to be swatching, obviously. We're just going to test out a few of these. So let's test out a really bright yellow. Oh, they're actually quite lovely. For the price, they're much creamier than I was expecting. I don't know if you could see that. Let's color some more. Huh. Maybe I'll make a plein air kit and take these out and about on days that it's not too hot. All right, let's do a reddish color. Sorry, I went off camera a bit. I'm just holding this up. This is just, they feel really good, actually. And I'm just going over it to see if they blend. Let's go back with that same yellow. Okay, you guys, these feel really nice. Okay, so I have most recently used chalk pastel, and I have to say I like the feeling of oil pastels better. I did a class, Portrait Week, with chalk pastel, and I really enjoyed it. And I did just have the cheaper pastels. I had one like medium range one that I bought toward the end that I really liked, but I didn't have everything I needed for that class. And I enjoyed it very much, but I enjoy this more. In fact, I might try to do that same class all over again using oil pastel. So you can see the purple that it's making. It's mixing. These stink to high heaven, but they're quite lovely. Now, I don't want to get my fingers all dirty, so I don't really want to smudge right now, but I'm guessing that these would smudge just fine. And you get a lot of coverage even on this paper. So let's take one of the whites and let's look at the pastel up close. So you can see when I touch it, it is getting on my fingers. That's what pastels do. And just so you know, I'm in the house. So the house is set at like 68 or 69 degrees right now. But I have my window open, so it's not hot or anything. So it doesn't say the color on here, or it does it at the bottom, and I just can't see it. Yeah, it does. So it has a color number and the color name at the bottom. So I think if they off gas and they don't stink as much every time, they would be fine. But you could see when I try to go over them, it doesn't really do a good job. But you could use the white definitely to blend and make like a lighter blue. So I think you need like a softer pastel to go over it, like if you want it to cover. But they actually feel really nice for $10. If you are not sensitive to smells, or if you don't mind the smell of being in a garage or at a marina where there's a gas station, that kind of smell, or tires, then you'd be fine with these. If you are sensitive to smell, then no. But the other thing I wanted to show is I was pressing quite hard. Like not overly hard, but hard enough. And I only got a few crumbs, which is amazing because a lot of oil pastels are very crummy. Okay, you know what? I can't resist. Since I went over this in white, let's see if I could smudge this. I absolutely can, but I'm making mud because I'm mixing colors together that don't really go. But you actually can do it. But they do make a mess on your fingers. But anyway, let me just write Pentel. I just scribbled Pentel so I knew what I was doing here. So that is it, you guys, for the Pentel oil pastels. I think they're lovely. They stink to high heaven, but they're beautiful and vibrant. And for $10, $10 for 50 sticks. If you're not sensitive to smells, I would get them. If you are, then I would pass and try to find something similar. And if I do find something similar, like for less than $30, I will come back and do a video and let you know. All right? All right. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe. Hit the notification bell. All of those good things that help as a channel. And most importantly of all, Take care, stay safe, and happy crafting. Bye, guys.